What's up, everybody? This is Zoldy, especially to you, my brother Junior. How's it? How's it? How's it? Welcome back to Talking Story About Smoking. We are in session 7, which is called Hypnotherapist. Last time we talked story about the gains. That was some mean stuff, pretty magical. This time, we're going to go over something that I caught in the book that no one really talks about. I heard other people talking about this book, like the really pretty and really funny comedian who hosted the Golden Globe Awards, Nikki Glaser. She quit smoking and I think she quit drinking too. She actually had a podcast or something like that talking about this book, Easy Way to Quit Smoking by Alan Carr. But they never talk about this one massive thing. Before I start digging into that one massive thing, I gotta clearly point out the stage and format of these talking story sessions. As I continue to work on them, I need to be clear. I care about you, Junior. Choke. I need to get these sessions done right and done soon. My intent is for you to listen to all these stories. When you pause listening to all these sessions, you will realize that you will have way more leverage and more power over your smoking than you ever had your whole entire life. And if you read the book after listening to these stories, smoking gonna be history for you, my brother. History. What not going to happen is that I won't analyze every single word, sentence in this book. I'm going to get paralyzed if I try. You know that term. Paralysis through analysis. I refuse to allow that as a stumbling block. Simply just no can. So without further ado, I like gravy better anyway. Let's crack a lacquer. Uncle Carr, Unks, smoked for 33 years. Never less than 60 cigs a day, and it was up to 100 a day. He said that he never met a more worse nicotine addict than himself. But later on in his book, there is a worse smoker than him. From his description of that smoker, he might as well put my face on there as someone worse than him. I'm going to save that session of how I am more worse than him. That one is session 19, No Ak Kamak. If it is up already, you can get a glimpse of what I mean when I am the worst. If it isn't up, too bad, so sad. You gotta pump the brakes and wait. Okay, now for the juicy stuff. Chapter 1 of his book, he said, eventually, my wife sent me to a hypnotherapist. I must confess that I was completely skeptical. He gets the visions of a Svengali type figure. To be honest, I had to go look up what Svengali is. No need look him up, I get him. It is the guy in the movie Svengali who looks like Rasputin. Or you can just listen to the song Start Wearing Purple from Gogol Bordello and you'll get an idea of what he would sound like if he was to sing. Back to Unks. He said, I thought that hypnosis involved the forcing of wills. The whole session appeared to be a waste of time. The hypnotherapist tried to make me lift my arms and do various things. Nothing appeared to be working properly. Blah, blah, blah. Basically, he labeled it awkward and made it seem like it didn't work and was useless. Then he said something that juked me. And yet, after that discussion, not only did I stop smoking, but I actually enjoyed the process even during the withdrawal period. Right after that, he said, now, before you go rushing off to see a hypnotherapist, let me make something clear. Hypnotherapy is a means of communication. yada yada. I would be dead by now if I hadn't seen him. But it was in spite of him, not because of him. Then check this out. He says, I use it as part of my own consultations. It is the power of suggestion and a powerful force that can be used for good or evil. Now get this. He does a CYA move here. Remember what CYA is? Cover your okole. Quote, don't ever consult a hypnotherapist unless he or she has been personally recommended by someone you respect or trust. There it is. After this statement, no more mention of hypnotherapists the rest of the book. Nada. Zilch. Astas. Nalpasan. Pa already. You get the drift. You figure, first, he blasted them and said was awkward. Then he used safe language. Nothing appeared to be working properly. Next he said, yet not only did I stop smoking, try wait, pump the brakes, stop. Right here, he quit smoking right there. Slow down. I need for rinse, repeat this piece of information because the most critical piece of information other than having to quit smoking. Let's go. If I was smoking for 33 years, in fact, I was smoking for 34 years, and all of a sudden quit because of a hypnotherapy session, I would for sure investigate what in Papa Colea's Green Beach when happened. And then he would say, I use it as part of my own consultations. He just broke my brain. He admitted that he was cured of this disease, even though it was awkward and seemed useless. Then he said he would be dead if he never see him, the hypnotherapist. He would be dead. Finally, he said he uses it for his own consultations. Again, this encounter is never spoken again throughout the book. What kind sorcery is this? What you trying for hide? Pause. Just pause. This hypnotherapist saved your life and you gave you enough gusto to help other people and write a book and make millions of dollars. And you gave him 3 paragraphs in 1 chapter. Wanna talk about fair use and copyright? How about we omit the whole conversation with the hypnotherapist? That way, nothing to quote or plagiarize. I'll just leave this here. I am giving credit to Alan Carr because that is where credit is due. That hypnotherapist he saw wasn't the one who wrote a book or opened a clinic. Yeah, I got that. But my role here is to identify how this book, when used hypnotherapy, to make me quit. So, what is it? What is the secret? I can tell you how he did it. I went nuts, for good cause, in trying to find out what he did. I am a far worse smoker than Alan Carr, and I quit because of a book. After reading the book, I am grateful that my research showed me that he used hypnosis. He used hypnotherapy on me by tapping into my subconscious mind. This whole book is one massive storytelling hypnotherapy session. This is literally the talking story choo-choo train, which is used to transport all the messages. Oh, I know what you're saying. Whoa. That's some hoodoo voodoo stuff. Time out. You need to understand that God created my subconscious mind. God made the Bible and used people and their lives to write books that is used for his purpose, capturing people's conscious and subconscious mind. He made all that, our conscious and subconscious. He also knows what goes on both our conscious and subconscious. with all God resources, God's infinite time, and God's infinite power. Of course, He knows. He uses the lives of people to be embedding into our conscious and subconscious mind. By how? Stories from the Bible, whether it is stories of their own experiences like Job or Jonah, or parables like how Jesus talked about the prodigal son. God is the original talking stories. Anybody talking stories should be giving God the copyright and fair use credit. That is where all credit is due. After listening to what I just said, you either going to leave because you don't believe in God and despise the reality of God, or you're going to continue on. For you, my brother Junior, and other believers, now you have to keep on chugging. The rest who don't and could care less, nice having you. See you later. Maybe you'll listen to the other talking story session, or maybe not. Or maybe you might be able to just listen anyways. Talking stories. You can find so much stuff on the web about storytelling and hypnosis. I'll give you a couple pointers now to wet your lips. There's a site for hypnosis called Cleveland Clinic. I just wouldn't pick one. They talk about the 4 stages of hypnosis: induction, deepening, suggestions, and emergence. Storytelling covers all that. We are attuned to be transported as soon as I start the setting. Like the last time I was in Malaysia and was talking story with Per, the retired Swedish journal, who was the director, more like one dictator, who told me about his experience when he took his granddaughter to the playground. She told him that she is the real boss, while owning the playground and all the kids in there like a little Viking. See how quick he got transported? Just like that. Storytelling does a few things. It induces deep relaxation and makes the listener more receptive to suggestions by bypassing resistance, creating a quick connection with the listener's subconscious mind. I'm going to leave you with this. Neuroscientifically, the focused attention reduces activity in the brain's default mode network, also known as the wandering mind, making you more suggestible. So with Unk's stories, his own stories, and my talking stories of the stories, and my own stories, chances are you will notice that you picked up some substantial, earth-shattering changes that put you smack dab in the middle of the easy way to stop smoking through NLP. Well, that is good for session 7, hypnotherapy. Next one is session 8. Question the questions. This one is something you can use every day in almost everything. Well, right on. Till next time, ahui ho. Okay then.